My name is Adam Ali, and the year is 2020, and 10 years have passed since I last met with the love that was Feroza Chetty, a beautiful girl with which my heart belonged, but not my spirit. There are many miseries in life, and one of those is called love. Whilst it is true, love is also a wonderful thing, it is all too often a short-term falling in and out affair. I am now in my loft, clearing out junk of my past, and I have come across memories of the love of Adam Ali Feroza Chetty, a box labelled "Love Lies Within," covered in dust, and as I look at it, my heart is open like a wound, and the pain oozes out again. I kept these items, unable to throw away the only physical attachment I had to a part of me I never wanted to let go. But now, looking upon it, I wonder why I kept it, because it only acts as a reminder of what I have lost. Feroza and I met each other when time and destiny was against us. I was already within a relationship, and she fell in love with me, and I could not control my heart, it lacking the love it should have already gained, and so we fell in love with each other. But I, having moved back to where I had been born, we found ourselves many miles away, and the country she was born into was a poor one, with which money was as much a part of life's ritual as bread and water. And so to marry a man would ensure her security, and so a sacrifice of hearts we did make, and she married another man. And whilst we truly believed we would still share a place within each other's heart, until a time came when two could be united, it never turned out that way. And soon she fell in love with this stranger she wed, and it was no longer possible for her to communicate with me, and so slowly she slipped away from me. I could no longer reach out, could no longer grasp. And so the last day I ever talked with her, this box where love lies within was made. And 10 solid years have passed since then, and as I open the box, so does my heart. And my heart remembers the pining it did when she was gone, and now so long has passed that even though I have been parted from my wife, I could no longer find Feroza, the beautiful girl, to fall in love with me, and I fell with her. First I pull out of the box the only photograph I have of her, a pretty smile she still wears, her eyes not as shiny as I remember. Maybe the photo has faded, with time like the memory. As I look to her picture, I am reminded of my past, a time I could never conquer, a place I can never visit again. However much this heart of mine wishes that mistakes could be erased, it's gone forever, and so has the chance of our love in this universe, in this time. I hold the picture in my other hand. Then when I first received it, I hold the picture in my older hands than when I first received it. But still I repeat the same action I did then, as I trace her face, her hair, her chin with my finger, as if I could feel the very fabric of her being then and now. But now it's a bitter pain, and then it was a sign of romance. Inside is my diary, all the words I wrote, questions why she had fallen for me in the first place, a man belonging to another, where misery and pain were the only outcomes of such an affair, and why had I fallen for her affections for me? Then I wrote words which have aged like me. I wrote with tear-stained years, which had been captured between the smudged ink. These words I wrote then, as I set them down, they instantly fell into the past, which I couldn't recapture. those words written as if for a future, when reading them would only cause more pain. A record of something that no need for a record should be made. Why had I written about the days when she told me of her marriage to another man? The pain when I had to let my pain take second place for her happiness. For I could not hold on to her, for it would have been unfair, as she would live a lonely existence, and even though she said a place in her heart would always be mine forever, I knew such words lost their upkeep in time. I knew I was signing the end of our story. I knew the days of minus were beginning, to the time when I'd find a day when she was no longer around. And too my pain when she was gone, and I returned back to the woman who owned me, and bitterness I found in this lonely company, suffering alone my pain, knowing every day forward I had no hope left to keep me going, trying to find the love that was lost between us, not being able to, and having to settle with a life without love. And so my heart died the day my lover left, as ever much as I tried to breathe life into it. For in my confusion I had learned the most bitter of romantic lessons, the fact that love can as easily grow and fall. For a man who dreamed of love eternal, such a concept was as if being stabbed through the heart. And so whence I was a man who felt he was in love, or routine felt as if love was present, by lover's intervention, was shown love again, and what it felt like, electric pulses of uncontrollable happiness, and leaving again to the cold love that I had not seen and gone. My heart was ruined, made barren by its own sight, unable to love no love anymore. And what is a man or woman who is not filled with true love? To live a life devoid of loving, what a misery beyond misery conception. As I go through the clothes I wore in those years, now moth-eaten, tattered and torn, I picture the moments as if I am watching a film of our love. I see the smiles, the heartaches, the happiness, the pain. I see the hours upon hours of the small part of our joint lives we spent together in love.